In today's video, we are heading to the Goodwill bins in Chaska, Minnesota. I walked in and it was so much brighter and so much bigger. They did a little remodel. So I'm going to take you along and show you what it looks like. And at the end, I'm going to do a haul video for you and show you what I picked up. Best news is I found sterling silver. Okay, let's go. Is it just me, or when you get a good parking spot at a location, do you feel like it's going to be a good day? That's what happened to me when I pulled in to the Chaska Goodwill bins. I walked in and I could tell it was almost like the door was in a different spot, but that wasn't what it is. If you're familiar with the store, to the right there was kind of an area where they put older furniture and things. And then I think there was an office over there. That whole area is gone. And they opened up room for so many more bins. It was really light and bright in there. They got a new checkout system, where the cash registers are, and so their backs are now facing those windows as you enter, and it just looked so much bigger. Unfortunately, for someone who loves hard goods, only one row of hard goods, not even a double row, and the rest, this area was all shoes and handbags. I did really, really well in this area. I'll show you that. I look for, it's up to I think $2.69 a pound now. It was well under $2 when I first started coming here. So the prices have gone up considerably, like everything else. And so I focus in on lightweight items. I'm even at I went to the Brooklyn Park bins, and they used to, and I'm not sure at this store because I didn't really even see any textile bins, but I picked up a blanket, a heavy blanket at the Brooklyn Park bins, and they didn't let you they used to let you pay per item. They would, if it was heavy, they would let you give you like a blanket price, like blanket, of like $3 or $2. And when I went to check out, they said they don't do that anymore. So I believe it's $2.69 a pound if you get the most weight, and then it'll go even higher the less you get. I think 25 pounds is $2.69. It gets expensive. I spent just over $27 today. I will make up that money in just one sale, and I will share that more with you when I do my bins haul. I love picking up lightweight items. Those belts, I always look for those vintage type belts, and I market them as festival or boho. And you'll see the other things I gravitate to are bras. I have sold a lot of bras. Bigger sizes do better, and I'm now lotting them together, putting them together as a group, because it seems to me like when you find one in a certain size, you find several. So in my mind, they get inventory in, they get donations, and then they just dump the bag, and everything in the bag kind of stays together. That's my theory. So I lot them together, and I will put $30, $45 on 3 bras. So within, a $2 purchase, you're making, well, I don't even know if it's $2. It's less than that, because how much could a bra weigh? Less than a pound? I don't know. So you will be, the profit margin is great, and you will make up your money on simply one sale, which happened to me several times over. I did really well today. Their handbag section, their leather is very good. So there were a lot of people. It didn't feel as crowded. I got the last parking spot. It didn't feel as crowded because the space is so much bigger. But I could tell when I held onto my cart and pushed it down the aisle, which I like hanging onto my inventory, but nobody there wants you to hang onto your cart. Everybody puts them in the middle and then just abandons them. And then some people just sit on the floor right by the carts. Do they do that at your Goodwill bins? It's like, how do you just sit down and then you can't push a cart? The regulars don't want you to do that. That gets in their way. I did pick up this handbag. I sold one. I'll put up a screenshot, show you what it sold for. I did really well with that brand. So that's my gripe about the Goodwill bins is I don't mind if they put the carts on the walls, but to set them in the middle of the aisles and then just sit down. Sometimes I've been at the bins where they just sit on the bins, look at their phone, wait for the next bins to roll out. So there's more belts that I picked up, bras, vintage lingerie, love that. Wallets. I did pick up and do like picking up books because it's per inch. They get a ruler out and measure per inch and charge you. I just grabbed my receipt just to confirm that. So pay by the pound, I got 10 pounds. It was $25.15. Buy more and save $2.02. Books by the inch, quantity $3.50 an inch. Why did I feel like it was 69 cents like a minute ago? So the books that I bought were $2.42. So all in with tax, I spent $27.78. And you'll see when I do the haul video that I will more than make up for my $27 with just one purchase. The sterling silver that I found was in the bottom of a picked over bin, and it was in a baggie and little teeny tiny salt and pepper shakers. And I had my glasses on. I turned them over and I saw some sort of marking on the back. And because it weighs an ounce, I thought I even took them out of the baggie and I put them in my bag. And I thought, well, what do I have to lose? And so I'm going to need to clean them up along with a little sterling silver dish that I found in hiding in one of my cupboards. I'm going to be listing that. You can do well with sterling silver. I'll pop up a screenshot of what those salt and pepper shakers recently sold for. Going back to the books, you'll see in my cart, I did pull my cart over at the end, and I went through and did Google image searches and looked up all of the items. Some of the bras I didn't look up individually if the sizes matched, but ideally when you find those sizes and you lot them together, those do really well selling them as a group. And I didn't look at sizes, I just grabbed every single bra that I found. But I did find a vintage Ernest Hemingway book that I picked up. It was a library book, and the title is For Whom the Bell Tolls. So that one, again, I'll pop in a screenshot here as to what that will sell for. So time and time over again, by shopping at the Goodwill bins and spending just $27, you'll make up your money so quickly, which is what brings us resellers back time and time again. You gotta like digging, but if you're in the mood, digging can be a whole lot of fun. Here's me all by myself. Do you see at the back of the screen all of those people standing up back there? There's nobody at all in all of these bins that have been picked through, and the people in the back of the screen, they're all waiting for the new bins to roll out. So I let them go through and pull what they need, and then I find sterling silver at the bottom of what they don't pull. We're all there for different reasons, so I don't get nervous. See how quiet it is where all the flippers, all the people are over there, and I have all these bins all to myself. And this is often where I find the good stuff after they leave. And that's what I think the good stuff is. They're looking for something else. So I think you get a good idea as to the quantity, how much there is. I did pick up this little girl vintage smocked dress. It's beautiful, doesn't even look worn. So we're going to wrap it up here, and this is the cart, that how it looked when I pulled over. I had that much in my cart, and I went through everything, and at the end I just got this book, a little organizer, and these 2 bags of things. So let's peek through what I got. Here's what I brought home from my Goodwill bins haul, and I'm going to go through them quickly and tell you my thought process and why I picked each one of these items up. First up, bras. I sell a lot of bras, and if I can find them together in the group in the bin at the same size, which these ironically are not, they probably came from the same person, so I'll end up selling these separate. But this group here, they're beautiful and they are all the same size, so that one will go in a group. When I bring things in from our home, our laundry room is right off of the garage. It'll come in the door and everything goes in to the laundry that can. I wash them and then air dry them off of in my porch, off of the sliding glass door. I'll hang them from the bar that comes over, the security bar, and hang them all to dry. My neighbors are probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. But I'll typically, if I do individual bras, price them at 20. I often run 25 or 30% sales, and I take offers. So they go for around $14 a piece. I picked up four really beautiful handbags. This one is the sack. And again, I like the fringe. I like to use the word biker, moto, festival, retro, boho. I do well with vintage handbags. This one seems true vintage. It has that lucite handle on it, that stiff handle. There isn't any maker's mark in there, but it was just very, very clean and very, very pretty. I have sold this Nanette Lepore brand very quickly. This one also, the other one I sold was new. This one has still the silica pack in that zipper compartment. This one looks new as well. Such a pretty color for summer. And then this one, the star of the show, it smells so good. It smells like leather. It's stunning. Rebecca Minkoff. I'll put up a screenshot. One sold on Poshmark recently. This one's gorgeous, and again, has all the characteristics of handbags that I love. This one will do very well. I talked about silk scarves and any sort of scarf. These were not silk, these are polyester. I will hold on to them and wait till I have several. They are, a pennies. I'll wait till I have several and put them together, and then lot them up and use the word crafts, and people like buying them to resell, to wear. But the silk ones I'll sell individually. The polyester ones I will lot up as a group. I think you saw me pick up this belt. If it doesn't have a size on it, I always put measurements on the belts. And again, I lean into items that are less in weight. But belts, you think about, where do you don't see belts that much anymore in the stores. So this one, again, with those same keywords, uh, vintage, retro, festival. This one's cool. This one's like 70s, 80s. Love that one. This one, the same concept. And again, if they don't have tags on them or sizes, this one I thought maybe would be something. I wasn't quite sure about that. I was looking for a maker's mark. This one looks awfully cool too. But belts do really, really well for me. Under Armour Golf, anything Under Armour does well. This one's very, very clean. Uh, didn't put this. I will launder these, or not launder them, I guess. I put them in the dishwasher on the top rack. We have a hat holder that will keep its shape, and I will put them in my dishwasher and wash them up. But this one, very nice shape for being white. Here are these. Well, this is mine. This I talked about in the opening. This one was a little dish that I got when my son was born. Our son was born, and I never used it. I don't see my children wanting this, and this one is sterling silver. And then in the back of this, I don't know if you can see that the mark was there. The word sterling is on the back right there, and they are so lightweight. So put up a screenshot again of what those go for, and a screenshot of what this sterling piece will bring. So those are good finds. I gotta find a way to clean those up, and I'll be listing those soon. This wallet, really lovely shape, and it's those safe keepers. Those are the kind, I believe, that don't, when you go through the airport for travel, but beautiful shape. This is a planner, organizer, leather, and then this Ernest Hemingway book that I found, pay by the inch. I just sold some vintage slips. Put up a screenshot of what those are, or those went for. This gorgeous little smocked little girl's dress, 2T, uh, vintage girl. I will put those again in lot. I love lotting things up. I feel like people want a good deal, and if you can give them that better price for a group of things, I tend to do that a lot lately. I didn't used to do that as often, but I think things just sell better the better, obviously, the better price you can give them. This was cute. I'm not sure this was ever worn, but I did run a comp on that brand, and that's a cute little Western retro shirt. Roan, my husband works for a doing inventory for a higher end men's and women's clothing store in our town. And I remember our boys, they're very happy that he works there. That brand I knew of and laundered that one up beautifully. And then the last one is this Princess Polly. That brand has sold for me several times. This is just a cute little summer dress. So I do launder everything. I did not launder this dress. It just doesn't appear to be worn, but everything goes in the laundry. And if it is wrinkled still at all, like this one is, I do have a steamer, and I will spend maybe a half hour, and I'll pull out all the pieces that need additional steaming. And because you just want to give your buyers things the way you would want to see them. So I've seen other resellers posting things where it's just, not in crisp, clean condition. I don't think that's in your best interest to do. So it was a really fun day. I didn't spend much more than an hour there, and this was a great haul. And stop by the Chaska Goodwill outlet. It really, really turned into a much bigger, brighter store.